Hello, people. Welcome back to my show. My name is Danny Graham. This is another edition of Comic Chats. Before we get started on today's topic, I'm going to ask you to do a couple things for me. First, I want you to please hit that subscribe button. You're going to see down in the right corner. It's going to like a little avatar of me with a purple lightsaber. Please click on that. That's going to have you subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any content or any material that I upload. I ask you to give me a thumbs up at the end of the video. You give a thumbs up on your screen as you watch my video. And this can please continue to support me. My goal is 1,000 subscribers before August, the end of August, and that is, I hope I can get that. Right now, I'm knocking on the door 600, but I know I can get 1,000 with your help. Today's topic is going to be part 2 to something that I did a couple of months ago when I compared superheroes versus one versus the other. Just recently, I met a new friend of mine, and he's an avid comic book movie and comic book reader like I am. He's also a fellow devil dog, hoorah. His name's AJ, and we had a conversation through text back and forth about which hero was better. Of course, I picked Batman, as all you know. That Batman is my favorite cartoon character. He's my favorite character in the comic books. I like all his movies. And you know that I'm objective because I put one of the Batman movies on the 10 suckiest movie of all time. So that should show you that I am not biased. That Batman Forever totally sucked. Val Kilmer should be shot for ever put on the cow because he did Batman wrong. Anyway, of course, I'll say again, I'm a Batman lover. My new friend AJ, he likes Black Panther. I think his favorite comic book character he told me was Green Lantern. But in this particular conversation, we were debating who was the better, who's the man, basically. Who you gonna call when shit hits the fan, when you need some help, and when you only got one call to make. You pick up the red phone that's gonna take you to Batman, or you pick up whatever phone of communication that's gonna ring you into Wakanda to Black Panther. Now, I need all of you to weigh in on this once you see this video. Leave your comments. Let me know who you think is the best. Tell me your reasons why, and that way I'll convey it to my buddy. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the differences between the two. Of course, we know both of them are uber rich. We know that Black Panther has more money than Bruce Wayne. Black Panther is a billionaire many times over because of the vibranium that's in his home country, Wakanda. And in that aspect, he smokes Batman. But Batman's not a slouch either. Batman's a billionaire several times over. I don't know what his exact dollar amount is, but I know it's in the hundreds of billions. So both of them ain't hurting. Both of them have access to different technologies that other people don't have. Batman R&D department comes with a lot of his gadgets, and with the help of Lucius Fox and the help of his butler Alfred, they come up with different tools and different machines, and different hardware and different software that Batman needs on his missions. Same thing can be said of the Black Panther, his sister Shuri. She's a genius. She's probably in the caliber of Reed Richards, Iron Man, Dr. Doom, one of the brightest and smartest minds on the planet. So he has that in addition to stuff. And also Black Panther is also a genius as well. So on that, we'll give him. I'll give the edge to Black Panther on that. Maybe Shuri is, from what I'm being told and what I've read, is like uber smart. She's probably definitely in the top 3, I think, in the Marvel universe, in the comic book universe. Now, where this is going to sway from, in my opinion, and lean towards Batman. Batman is a basic human, has no superpowers at all. Batman gets his job done with his physical strength, which he can best sprint about 1,000 pounds, which is way more than an average human can do. He is quick enough and fast enough to dodge bullets, which most humans can't do. He is an Olympic level and beyond athlete, which most humans aren't. He has mastered so many fighting styles, I can't name them all, but he's the master. He's mastered several of them many times over. His willpower, in my opinion, is second to none. I've seen things he's done and pain he's endured and stuff. He just won by sheer willpower. His willpower and mental power is second to none. His IQ is off the charts. I think he has a photographic memory. Everything he reads, he can remember. His brain is a sponge of different information, different techniques. He's the master of disguise. He's also the world's greatest detective, which means he can take pieces of stuff, analyze evidence, take this and usually in a logical, methodical, and reasonable experience, solve things that would take the average person much more longer time. But he can do it just because of his experience. He has very keen observation skills. He put things together. He can remember things. And with the help of his computer and the different technology he has in the Batcave, he is the world's greatest detective. Also, he's one of the world's greatest escape artists. There's hardly any kind of trap that you can put him in that he can't figure out if given enough time. Now, to give on to T'Challa's weaknesses, his strengths. T'Challa is a world-class athlete. He also has knowledge of different fighting styles all over the world. He's had the best education. He has riches beyond compare. So if he needs anything for his missions, with the help of his sister, they come up with gadgets and different things that he needs, different vehicles, different weapons. He has the same thing that Batman has. His intellect, I don't think that he's quite as smart as Batman, in my opinion. I think Batman is a better planner and tactician than T'Challa is. I think Batman can figure things out. I don't think that T'Challa is the detective that Batman is. I don't know anything about him being any kind of master of disguise like Batman. I don't know anything about him being an escape artist like Batman. T'Challa depends a lot upon the powers that he gets from the heart-shaped herb, which is infused with some type of vibranium and other mystical energies that tie him to some panther god and that stuff. And with that, he has enhanced speed, smell, strength, everything. I think he's a little bit more powerful than Captain America, but they have very similar abilities. Black Panther has that suit that his sister created. It's made out of vibranium, and it can absorb energy, and then he can redirect it out. If you've seen on the movies, he has these different blasts that he can use, and more or less, when he's in that suit, he's virtually bulletproof. Now, I definitely think that when the stuff hits the fan, Batman is going to be there, and he's going to get the job done. Now, people say, well, how can he beat T'Challa if T'Challa get all this kind of stuff? I'm going to tell you how. Batman, one of his greatest powers is he always has contingency plans. He always stays 2 or 3 steps ahead of his enemies, or he always figures them out. If you watch him Batman v Superman, he was able to figure out how to defeat Superman. And the only reason he didn't defeat Superman was because their mothers had the same name. And when Superman said, "Save Martha," that gave him pause. Then Lois Lane came and explained to him that Martha is his mother's name. It's the same as Batman. His mother's name was Martha. That's the only thing that saved Batman in Batman v Superman. There is a comic movie, I can't think of the name of it, but basically the bad guys got hold to Batman plans. And Batman had a contingency plan for all the major core people in the Justice League. As we know, Martian Manhunter's weakness is fire. Wonder Woman, she was hallucinating. She was fighting Catwoman, and she just fought herself to exhaustion. I can't remember what he had for the Flash, but for the Green Lantern, he took away his ring. And for Superman, he had him a kryptonite. Batman will always find a way to figure how to defeat you. Now, I know what some of you are going to say. Well, Bane beat Batman in Batman Returns. He broke his back. He did. I'm not saying Batman's infallible. I'm not saying that sometimes the crook or the bad guy can get upper hand on him. Sometimes he does. But when it comes to the main picture, to the final score, not the battle, but the war, Batman's going to win that war. He saw it. He came back. His back was healed, and he figured out the second time when he fought Bane, he was able to defeat Bane. Same thing happened with T'Challa. he's gonna. Okay, there was another cartoon. This is a prime example. It was on one of the cartoons when Superman came to Metropolis. Or, no, Batman came to Metropolis, and Bruce Wayne was dating Lois Lane. She kind of liked both of them, Lois Lane, and she liked Lois Lane liked Bruce Wayne, and she liked Superman. But anyway, it was before that they knew each other and became friends. So Superman was fighting somebody, but Batman was like, he didn't like the way Batman was hurting people and being kind of rough and stuff. So when they went to the same place, Superman used his X-ray vision and was able to see that Batman was in fact Bruce Wayne. And Bruce Wayne said, "That's not fair. There's no peeking." And before Superman could get the upper hand on him, he already had a piece of kryptonite out and it weakened Superman. He was saying this small piece of thing can take down the mighty Superman, but then he dropped it in some water, and then Superman was able to get his strength back, whatever. And that made Superman kind of mad. But then Batman went back to his Batcave, did the computer, and was able to test some kind of flight pattern in Metropolis. He was able to deduce that Superman created those flight patterns. And the main flight patterns always originated around this one place, and it was Superman's apartment. So Batman went there, but while they were there in that restaurant, we didn't see it until later on that Batman put a tracer on Superman. And when Superman went home and got to his apartment and was talking, he found a trace. I guess he could hear it or whatever, I'm not sure. But then he crushed it. And when he looked out the window, he used his X-ray vision, and he could see that Batman was looking at him with his binoculars and kind of did touche. And then Superman said, "Well, I guess you are the greatest detective." So Batman was able to figure out in less than 24 hours who Superman was. And nobody, the whole time, Clark Kent been in Metropolis for years, couldn't figure it out. But Batman came there, and one day he was highly motivated because he knew that Superman knew his secret identity, but he wanted to know who Superman's secret identity was. And in one day, he was able to figure out who Superman was. So I'm just telling you. And also, the same way he figured that out, don't you think he figured out that if T'Challa drinks that other juice, or whatever that stuff was, substance, that takes away his powers, don't you think Batman would be able to figure that out? And Batman would use some kind of delivery device, some kind of dart or something, and when he's fighting T'Challa, inject him with that stuff, then they'd be on more even foot. Now, who you think going to win? T'Challa doesn't have his superpowers, super reflexes and stuff, and he's mano a mano against Batman without any kind of superpowers and super strength. Now, Batman is able to defeat and bring the Man of Steel to his feet. What do you think he's going to do when he figure out T'Challa's weakness? Now, I want you to think about that. Let that marinate in your mind a little bit. I'm not saying Batman is undefeatable, because we've seen that he was defeated by Bane in the movies. But I'm telling you, for someone that don't have any kind of powers, but who relies on his intellect and relies on willpower, in my mind, is one bad man. So after hearing that, after hearing my arguments, I want you to tell me what you think. My buddy AJ thinks that T'Challa is the better man. I personally think that Batman's better man. So please leave your comments and let me know. And as always, I want to ask you to do a couple of things. Stay safe, stay cool. As in all my videos, peace.